Arriving here on our mat today, standing in mountain pose, big toes together to touch, heels slightly apart. Reaching up tall through the crown of the head, gaze is straight ahead. Palms gently turned forward, shoulder blades drawing together. Inhale as you reach the arms up. Exhale, draw the hands down. Again, inhale, reaching up, looking up at the thumbs. Exhale to draw it in. Continuing through that. Exhale, this time fold in. Crown of the head reaches towards the earth. Hips stacked over the ankles. Inhale to rise halfway, flat back. Exhale to fold. Low belly drawing in. Inhale, press down, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale to rise all the way up, flat back. Exhale, hands to heart. Take the hands away from you, turning the fingertips up, palms pressing away. Keeping the left arm extended, take the right hand up and over to the left ear, gently drawing the right ear towards the right shoulder. After a few breaths, switching sides. Take the arms back out. With the exhale, bring the right arm under the left. Eagle arms, reaching the fingertips up towards the ceiling. Gaze is straight ahead. Gently pressing the palms together, forearms pulling away from one another. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, left arm under the right. Eagle arms. Elbows in line with the shoulders. Belly drawing in, gaze slightly forward. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, fold in. Take the feet hip distance apart. Inhale, rise halfway. Exhale, fold in, drawing the low belly in. Crown of the head reaches towards the earth. Reaching for opposite elbows, finding this ragdoll position. Creating length in the spine, allowing the elbows to be heavy. Reach the hands down, rise halfway. Plant the hands, step the feet back, finding your way into plank pose. Shift the weight forward and back a few times, keeping the low belly in, reaching through the crown of the head and out through the heels. Use your exhale, find your way into down dog. Inhale forward to plank. Exhale, down dog. Flowing with the breath a few times forward and back. Dropping the knees, making your way into table. Extend the right toes behind you, leg is nice and long. Use the exhale to press the weight back, pressing out through the heel. Inhale, bring the weight forward, bringing the shoulders over the wrists. Use your exhale to lift the left knee, drawing the knee to nose. Inhale, gaze up. Exhale, draw the knee in, knee to nose. Inhale, drop it down, look up. Exhale, draw it in. A few more times. Come back into table. Move through some cat-cow. Inhaling through cow. Exhaling, rounding through cat. Pausing in neutral spine, extending the left leg behind you, bring the left toes down to the mat. Shift the weight forward and back a few times. And then draw the right knee into the nose, rounding through the back. Inhale, drop it down, look up. Exhale, draw it in, rounding. Times linking breath with movement. Bring the knee back in. Move through your cat-cow. A few times, not rushing. Closing the eyes and going inward. Walk the hands forward slightly, curl the toes under, lift the hips up and back. Make your way into down dog with your exhale. Low belly drawing in, heels are heavy, fingers spread wide, pointer finger straight ahead. Right leg lifts, finding three-legged dog, pressing out through the heel. Exhale, draw it in, knee to nose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw it in. Shifting the weight forward as you exhale. Now bend the knee and open up, trying to keep the shoulders squared off. Flex through the top foot. Square off the hips, release it down, down dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, draw it in, knee to nose. Inhale, lift. Exhale, draw it in. Pause here in down dog. Bend the knee, open up through the hip. Relax the jaw. Allow the right heel to be heavy towards the earth. Square off the hips, come back into down dog. Drop the knees, bring the hips back to the heels, sit back. Coming into hero's pose for a moment. One hand to the heart, one hand to the low belly. Just noticing the breath, connecting with the heart. Bring the fingertips down to the earth as you reach the left hand up and over to the right, seated crescent moon. Inhale, back up. Exhale, other hand reaches up and over. Inhale through center. Walk the hands forward, swing the legs around. Bring the soles of the feet to the mat, bend the knees. Sit back and find that sweet spot between the tailbone and the sits bones, and then begin to lift the right knee and then the left foot, the right foot. Hands behind the thighs, coming into this modified boat pose. Heart is lifted. Use your inhale, lower down halfway. Exhale, draw it back in. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, draw it in. Moving through this a few times. Allowing the breath to move the body. Drawing the low belly in, pelvic floor up and back as you draw the knees in. Pausing here for a moment in modified boat. Release the soles of the feet down, round. Give yourself a big hug. Slowly scooch the hips slightly forward, round through the back as you roll yourself all the way down. Keeping a bend in the knees for a moment, and then hug the right knee in and then the left knee. Knees to chest. Extend the soles of the feet up towards the ceiling, coming into this legs up the wall. Reach for the edges of your mat. Draw the toes in towards the body. Inhale, lengthen the right leg, drawing the heel down. Exhale, draw it back up. Inhale, switch sides. Keeping the low belly hugging in, moving through one side and then the other. Use the full exhale, drawing the belly in to lift the foot back up. Choosing to stay with one leg at a time, or perhaps you lower down both legs, using the exhale, drawing the belly in to rise the feet back up. Noticing if the low back begins to arch, and just not lowering the heels down quite as far. Taking your time, inhaling to lengthen, exhale to draw it back up. Pause here and legs up the wall. Then bend the knees and give yourself a big hug. If it feels good, you can lift the head, neck, and shoulders and round in, coming into your center. Release it down. Reach for the outer edge of the feet, coming into happy baby. Gently bending the knees, drawing the feet in towards the shoulders. Hug it back in. Cross the ankles, bring the hands behind the thighs, and use the breath to gently begin to rock and roll yourself front to back, keeping the chin slightly tucked. And then roll over the feet and step back into down dog. Take the feet wider than the mat. Draw the low belly in as you walk the hands back, bending the knees, coming into this halfway lift. Reach the fingertips forward, pressing the feet down and away, drawing the belly in and up, pelvic floor up and back. Continuing to softly breathe. Exhale as you fold in, straighten the legs. Shifting the weight forward slightly into the front of the foot. Inhale, rise halfway, bend the knees. Reach the fingertips forward. Relax through the jaw. Exhale, fold in, straighten the legs. Crown of the head reaches towards the earth. Draw the belly in as you slowly walk the hands away. Make your way back into plank pose. Holding here, pressing out through the heels, pressing the floor down and away. Lengthening through the spine. Thighs are pressing up towards the ceiling. Slowly exhale, lift up and back, down dog. Right leg lifts as you inhale. Exhale, draw the right knee to the outside of the right tricep. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw the right knee across the body to the left tricep. Pause here. Extend the right leg out nice and long, keeping it in line with the hip. Keeping both hands down as you exhale, begin to lift the right foot off the floor. Drop it back down, roll over on the back foot, reach the left hand up, fall in triangle. Keep lifting up through the hips. Maybe the gaze looks up. Bring the top hand down, step it back through plank. Exhale, down dog. Connecting with the breath here. Low belly drawing in, hands pressing down and away. Heels are heavy. Inhale forward to plank pose. Exhale, down dog. Left leg rises with your inhale. Exhale, left knee to left tricep. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale across the body. Pause here, extend that foot out. Keep both hands down. As you exhale, lift that foot off the floor. Maybe it's just a small movement. Drop it down, roll over the back foot. Reach the right hand up. Gaze can stay down at the bottom hand. Lifting up through the hips. Hand comes back down, step it back, find plank pose. Exhale, down dog. Use your inhale, roll forward into plank pose. Drop the knees, untuck the toes. With control, lower all the way down to the belly and the forehead. Slide the hands forward. Elbows underneath the shoulders. Draw the heart through. Sphinx pose. Feet are heavy into the mat. Hands are gently pulling back towards the body. Hands come together, pressing together. Curl the toes under. Lift up. Forearm plank. Keeping length in the spine. Slowly drop the hips down. Untuck the toes. Hands separate. Sphinx pose. Hands press together. Rise up. Forearm plank. the hips to drop down, untuck the toes, draw the heart through, Sphinx pose. Come all the way down, stack palm over palm, bend the knees, and allow the ankles to drop to one side and then the other, slowly. Gently releasing the feet back down. Slide the hands underneath the shoulders. Draw the belly in as you curl the toes under. And in one move, begin to inhale, press up evenly into plank pose. Exhale, down dog. Low belly drawing in. Tailbone reaches up and back. Soften through the jaw. Drop the knees, untuck the toes. Sit back, hero's pose.
Young people speak in their minds, are getting so much resistance from behind.
And then begin to rise up onto your knees, curl the toes under. Beginning with the hands down on the heels, you can sit the hips back down. And then slowly begin to lift the heart. Press the hips forward gently, finding camel pose. Keep drawing the belly in. And then sink the hips back down to the heels. Open the knees wide. Sit up nice and tall just for a moment. And then walk the hands away. Child's pose. Staying with this child's pose, begin to take the right arm and thread it underneath the left arm, bringing the forehead down to the mat. Left arm reaches forward, right arm reaches away. Slowly reach the right fingertips forward, coming back into child's pose. And with your exhale, begin to thread the opposite hand. Left arm under the right. Fingertips reaching away. Forehead down to the mat. Fingertips reach forward. Exhale, child's pose. Slowly walk the hands back. Bring the knees together. Drop to the hip and swing the legs around. Extend both legs nice and long. Bend the right knee and bring the sole of the right foot to the inside of the left leg. Inhale, reach up and over, coming into this one leg forward fold. Whatever part of the body you've reached, bend the elbows, gently pull the foot, the ankle, or the shin back towards the body. Finding this length in the spine, softening through the face. Inhale, reach the fingertips forward and up. Bring Bring the right hand behind you, left hand down, point the left toes. Inhale, reach up and over this modified wild thing. Bring the hand behind the head and gently press the head into the hand, opening up through the heart. Drop the hips back down and switch sides. Left foot comes to the inside of the right leg. Inhale, reach up. Reach forward, grabbing a hold of whatever part of the body is most accessible. Fold in. Draw the belly in. As you inhale, begin to reach the fingertips forward and come all the way up. Left hand drops behind. Reach up and over, modified wild thing. Bring the hand behind the head, open up through the heart. Slowly drop it down. Extend both legs nice and long. Bend the knees. Roll yourself down. Bring the soles of the feet together. Knees open wide. One hand to the heart, one hand to the low belly. Allow the legs to be heavy. Pausing here, Supta Baddha Konasana.
I am calling for emancipation. I am calling for all my revelation. Got a soul off and my name. Got us through like a sweet sea.
Slowly bring the knees back in. Draw the right knee in and then the left knee, giving yourself a hug. Knees to chest. Continue hugging the right knee in as you extend the left leg nice and long. And then take the left hand to the outside of the right knee and draw it all the way over. Shifting the hips slightly to the right. Supine twist. Perhaps the gaze goes out over the opposite hand. Closing the eyes. Softening through the shoulders, the legs, the ankles, the feet. Draw the belly in as you come back through center, squaring off the hips, knees to chest. Hug the left knee in, extend the right leg nice and long. And then reach the right hand to the outside of the left knee as you draw it across the body, scooting the hips slightly to the left. Taking the gaze where it feels right, maybe out over the opposite hand, or you can keep the nose pointing up towards the ceiling. Soften with each exhale. through center. Hug the knees in towards the chest. And then extend the soles of the feet up towards the ceiling, coming into this legs up the wall. Maybe you reach the arms overhead, closing the eyes, and pausing here for a few breaths. Bend the knees, hug it in. Release the feet down to the mat. Bring the knees in together to touch. Feet are wide. One hand to the heart, one hand to the low belly. And pause here. Choosing to stay here for Shavasana. Or when you're ready, making your way into full Shavasana, letting the legs go long. Hands can come by your side, gently rolling the shoulders under. And taking this few moments of stillness. Slowly beginning to take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Inviting movement into the body by opening and closing the hands and wiggling all 10 toes. And then draw the big toes together to touch as you inhale, reach the arms overhead, finding this full body stretch. And then hug the right knee in and then the left knee. Reach the right arm overhead as you allow the body to roll over to the right side, using that right arm as a pillow. Pausing here in this space between our physical practice and the practice that we carry with us off the mat. Use your top hand to press yourself up into this easy seated position. Hands in front of the heart, chin dropping slightly, closing the eyes. Taking a moment to notice this feeling of peace. Om. Namaste.